Hi there. Let's play blankety blank. These are the first set of questions. This is a team game. The object of the game is to match answers with as many players from your team. Try to come up with the most obvious answer. You're given a sheet of paper on which to write your answer after the question is read out. You've got 30 seconds. Please keep your answer a secret. You then reveal your answer, and in turn the other players reveal to see if they match with you. So how's about an example? I can get so cold in the winter. Sometimes it feels like I'm in a blank. What word would you use to fill in the blank? Perhaps it's a freezer, a fridge, or an icebox. Each answer that matches another player on your team scores 10 points. So if 3 of your teammates match, you've scored 30 points for your team. Well done. Are you ready to play? Here comes question number 1. I enjoy singing along to music in the dining room. I wouldn't say I have a bad voice, but when I sang in breakfast, some people would put in blank in their ears as substitute earplugs. Have you thought of a word yet? In case you haven't, here are some clues. If it's breakfast time, people could use sausages or mushrooms to put in their ears, or perhaps a napkin. Perhaps they found a tea bag. You could still keep the first word that you thought of. Question 2. I love to have an afternoon drink in the bistro. For a special treat, I wish there was a blank available from the machine. Have you thought of your answer yet? Keep thinking. But if you need help, here are some clues. Perhaps you fancy a tipple of whiskey, or a glass of sherry. Even a milkshake might be quite nice. Question 3. My friend is such a cheapskate. Before she went on holiday, she used blank on her skin instead of self-tanning lotion. Have you thought of your answer yet? Remember, write it down. Don't show anyone. If you need any clues, there's always brown food colouring, or perhaps brown gravy mix, or even hair colouring. Question 4. Strictly is back. I'm learning so much about dancing. Before I became a fan of the programme, I thought an American Smooth was a blank. Have you thought of your answer yet? Do you need any clues? In case you do, American Smooth sounds a bit like a coffee. Perhaps a cocktail. Or even a fish. Question 5. Taking up art has been interesting. When I showed my self-portrait to the teacher, she said I had made my blank too big. Have you thought of your answer? Perhaps you need some clues. Perhaps I'd made my nose too big. Or my chin. Or my eyes. You could still keep the word you first thought of. Question 6. My cousin recently won Euro Millions. She's so wealthy that when her servant served us tea, she used a teapot made from blank. Keep thinking. Here are some clues. She could have used a teapot with special stones, maybe diamonds or emeralds, or precious metals like gold or silver, or semi-precious stones like amber. What do you think? Question 7. I had to wait such a long time on the phone to make an appointment with my doctor that when I'd finished the call, it felt like my blank had fallen off. Have you come up with an answer? Do you need any clues? Here are some. Perhaps it felt like your head had fallen off, or your arm, or your hand for holding the receiver for such a long time. Question 8. I heard Alan Titchmarsh is branching out into jewellery design. So to go with his watering can necklace, you can buy a pair of his blank design earrings. Have you thought of an answer yet? Here are some clues to help. Perhaps they're plant pot earrings, or Wellington boot earrings, or a trowel design earrings. Remember, you can keep the word you first thought as your answer. Question 9. I really think policemen are getting younger. Why, only the other day I looked out the window and I'm sure I saw one with a blank in his hand. Have you thought of your answer yet? Here are some clues. He could have had an ice cream in his hand, or maybe a lollipop, or a giant sweet dummy. Or you can keep to the answer that you had before. Question 10. My friend is so house proud that every time I visit, I'm asked to wear blank. Have you thought of your answer? Here are some clues. Perhaps our slippers, or gloves, or be asked to wear a hairnet. Supermatch games. If there's a draw in scores between the teams, a supermatch game can be played. The object of the supermatch game is for each team to decide upon one word that they think is the most obvious to go after, or before in some cases, the word provided. There's a chance to match 3 times, but each word will have a different score. Try to come up with the most obvious answer. An example word might be sweet blank. This could be sweet wrapper, sweetheart, or sweet tooth. Here's the next supermatch game. Cold blank. Cold blank. For 50 points. Cold caller. For 100 points. Cold heart. For 150 points. Cold feet. Did you get the top answer? Well done. Here's another supermatch game. Fruit blank. Fruit blank. For 50 points. Fruit bat. For 100 points. Fruit salad. For 150 points. Fruit cake. How did you do? Here's the final supermatch game. Blank pool. Blank pool. For 50 points. Outdoor pool. For 100 points. Paddling pool. And for 150 points, swimming pool. How well did you do? I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for playing. See you next time.